my God. I just noticed I'm very crooked in my chair. Good morning. What the fuck, Mike? Can we not today? Thank you for not being a piece of shit. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Welcome to the classiest place on earth. My name is ClassyKatie and my mic arm's broke. What's up? It's been broke for a long time. Nothing's new. How are you? Good morning. Happy fucking hump day. I hope you're doing well. I'm on my second cup. You're already on your third cup, really? God, you got me beat. Najeel, what the fuck? How has it been
What the fuck? Thank you for stepping to the class, keeping the class alive, and giving a fucking anus its wings. Go forth and be consensual in every way because nothing is sexier, and thank you!
Good Lord, how? That's insane. Good morning, little sister. How are you? Happy Wednesday. Good morning, Mismo. Good morning, Zoe. Good morning, Kona. Good morning, Spark. Good morning, BDO. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Good morning, Cal. How are you? It's the first day I've had off since last week. I've been working 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Since Thanksgiving. I mean, you're going to have a fat check. Whoa. Relax. Relax, bro. What the fuck? That's a lot. How are you feeling? Fucking tired? Gluten morning, little sister. How are you? Mm. No shit. Everyone has COVID? Okay, I have a question. So if you get COVID at work and you like call in sick, do you have to prove you have COVID? Or could anybody be like, yeah, I got COVID for Christmas and just get Christmas off? I don't know how it works. How does it work? Do you have any interesting nursing stories about kidney stones? I've gone down a rabbit hole recently and I'm fascinated by them. I mean, they're all kind of the same. Like, kidney stones are one of those things that are actually quite alarming and horrible, and they give me nightmares. I've never had one. However, I've seen a million patients come in with them. Honestly, you know what, Zoe? You should hit up Vissy, not even shitting you. Vissy's significant other had a kidney stone she had to pull out of the tip of his penis with tweezers, and she has a picture of it. She'd probably be better. Because they're all just kind of the same story. Like, usually what happens is people come in a bunch of pain and we break it up with an ultrasound. Like, we don't get to see, like, super cool shit go down with them. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I don't know. I can't really think of one that's, what up, dudist? How are you? You had to take a test and prove COVID. I was curious about that because I was wondering if people would just, use it as a way to get out of work. In our office, you do not have to prove anything, mostly because that's fucked to lie about. Yes, it is. 100%. But we all know people. Oh, no shit. There's a ton of tests in the office. Even like my boss's boss has it. God damn. Your workplace got fucking infected. Yeah, dude, it's not even kidding you. Vissy has a picture of it. If you've never seen a kidney stone up close, they're a horror story. They look like a little spiked star, like a morning star. They look like a morning star, and they're made of salt. And they're basically caused by consuming too much salt, and it builds up and gets stuck together into little crystallized balls. But they're not balls. They're like razor sharp, and they cut up your pee-pee on the way out. I've known people that get them and literally can't, like, pee standing up. Like, dudes can't pee standing up for years after they pass a kidney stone because of the pain. I don't know, man. They're wild. It's like watching someone with cluster headaches. That's what watching someone with a kidney stone is like. They're just in this excruciating, ridiculous amount of pain, and you can't see why. It's so weird. But I've seen it a million times. I wish I had cool stories. Drink water. Seriously, water. And this is the thing. Like, a lot of people, we all know that the vast majority of the overage of salt we're consuming is coming from, like, processed foods, right? The problem is the salt that they use in processed foods isn't salt for flavor, it's salt for preservative. So they use a salt to preserve the food that we're eating, and then we salt it on top for flavor. That's why we're consuming too much salt, and that's where you get in trouble with the crystals in your they actually, what happens is, I mean, it's so fucking gross. I don't even want to. It's so gross. Josh's 3-year-old keeps getting them really bad. What? And I'd have a couple surgeries to get them removed. Kidney stones? I wonder if it's a kidney thing. That is weird. I know. I don't even have my water on my desk. I left it in my kitchen. I feel like such a fucking, I could drink my bong water. It's clean. I don't want to do that. Good morning, Viata. Shall we cheers? I packed a bowl. I cleaned my bong. Look how adult I am. Yeah, and then no one drinks water, and then it builds up. Yeah, it's kind of it's a similar process to gallstones. Gallstones can happen the same way, an overage of salt, but instead of being in your kidneys, they happen in your gallbladder. And usually, what happens is if people get like chronic gallstones or too many gallstones, they just cut out your gallbladder. But we can't cut out your bladder. A water a day keeps the kidney stones away, for real. My general rule of thumb is for every beverage I have that's not water, I have to drink an equal amount of water. That's how I keep myself hydrated. I try. She said she needs to fire a nephrologist because they're not doing much or giving any sort of answers. It sounds like he needs a second opinion. Like, if they just keep, I mean, that's the definition of insanity, right? You keep going back to the same person that has no answers. Fuck that poor kid. You used to get gout? No shit. How? You're relatively young. I thought gout was like an old man's game. I had to have surgery from a kidney stone that scarred my urethra. I'm holding my potty in reverence. Oh my God. Ow. This is when I learned how painful removing a Foley catheter is. I do have a Foley catheter story. You're having a blizzard? We had one the past like 3 days. Oh my God, my alerts are so low. Kelty! And by that I mean Missy. Missy, thank you for gifting a sub to Dark Harmony. Dark Harmony used about Wizard of the highest order to go forth and be consensual in every way because nothing is sexier than pure sober consent. I love you, Missy and Kelty. Thank you, loves. Good morning, Bubblicious. How are you, love? Our snow is so deep and crazy cold. It's like frigid outside. I think it's a combination of the diabetes and, probably, yeah, the hemochromatosis. My body just wasn't processing uric acid and I was eating way too much red meat. Wow. That's wild. I've never seen anyone so young get gout. I mean, younger than you are today. It's still stupid young. Like, that's young for gout. That's crazy. I know. Katie, I was a day years old when I found out that I was today years old when I found out that Yoda from Star Wars real first name is Minch. Wait. Am I also today years old when I found out Yoda's name is Minch? I don't like it. Mentally and physically. Oh, fuck yeah. Take advantage of it. Good morning, Kelty. I hope you too have a good day. Good morning, Kinger. How are you? So, catheter story. So, you guys know I've talked about a lot about intubation. And when you intubate someone with a tube, around the tube in a very specific spot, there's a balloon that's on the tube. It's like wrapped around it and it has a little string coming off of it. And I can push air into that balloon and it creates an airtight seal in their throat. So then you're not like drooling into your lungs all day because I have a tube going into your lungs constantly. Your epiglottis is basically null and void now. So the same thing with a catheter. When you have a catheter up your pee-pee, there is also a tiny little balloon around that catheter, and the nurses inject. Usually, actually, it's kind of like a gel that goes into them, but sometimes it's air, and it creates an airtight seal. It's very small amount. I mean, it's not like we're blowing a balloon up in this tiny tube. It's just enough to create an airtight seal so you're not leaking pee everywhere. And so what happens is, like we were talking about this yesterday, people that come out of anesthesia crazy tend to do some crazy shit. So for instance, RTJ fucking A. So for instance, if you are intubated and you are on a ventilator, it is hospital policy, every hospital I've ever worked at, that if you're ventilated, you have to be 4-point strapped down. Like in movies. Both your arms are strapped down like this and your legs are strapped down. Because I can't trust you not to pull out your ventilator tube and you can kill yourself. You can literally rip your vocal cords out your mouth and die if you rip your intubation tube out without me, because I have to deflate that little balloon. That little balloon is going to rip all your shit out. You know what I'm saying? It's a bad idea. So if you're intubated, you're 4-pointed. It's a rule. And sometimes we'll even tie your head down if you really fight for it. So unfortunately, when you have a pee-pee catheter, that is not the same rule. People can just be all sorts of awake with a pee-pee catheter. And one time I walked into my patient's room and his pee-pee catheter was on the ground and his pee-pee was stuck to the catheter. because he pulled it out. So don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Hellbound. How are you, love? Well, Bubble, it's just that we never, I mean, we have, like in the movies, you always see people wake up alone and then everybody walking by is like, oh my God, they're awake. And then everybody rushes the room. That's so not real. You are so finitely under our control with drugs when you're on a ventilator. If you're waking up, it's because we want you to. The only reason you'd wake up without my permission is if you're like an abusive drug user and the drugs we're using to put you under aren't working. That's the only time. You know what I'm saying? But like if you're on a ventilator, like you are so fucking controlled, you don't wake up alone. So like when we start to wean people, we call it a weaning trial. When we wean people off the ventilator because we want to extubate them so they can breathe on their own, it's like me and a nurse, usually a couple other nurses, literally like this. Hey there. How you feeling? You waking up? You feeling good? How you doing? And if they go and reach for their tube, we fucking knock you right the fuck back out and make a new plan. But we always try. But some people just are crazy. Some people come out of anesthesia like fighting, like fight sleeping, and you're going to lose. So just don't go into anesthesia thinking you're going to fight your way out of it. Hello, Ghostly Chris. Good morning. Yes, they were. It only tore off the head of his cock. So they were able to reattach it. But he was like a really old man. I don't think he really cared about his dick anymore. Good morning, Mishy. How are you? No pee-pees on the ground. Agreed. Agreed. Learning mode is so bad. I'm such a tangent. Wait, what am I reenacting? I forgot what I did. The pee-pee, the penis head? I forgot what I did, Sarah. It's gone now. Is it the thing? That's what they look like, because they look like, you look like Neo from The Matrix when you're intubated. That's like you're with like 5 tubes coming out of your mouth, and I've got like a brick in your mouth, keeping your mouth open so you can't bite your tube. Like you're just, but you're 4-pointed, so they're like, oh. They try real hard. Yes, they put the pee-pee back on. Vashnair, top of the morning, love. How are you? Welcome to the classiest place on earth. Thank you so much for subbing the class. Keep the class alive and giving an A to Swings lover. You're welcome. That would be me, not gonna lie. I just have like waking nightmares where my body's still asleep and I'm trying to wake up. I always have dreams in the waking time where I'm being chased and I'm trying to fight. Jesus. I fight myself awake so I can imagine trying to fight doped out of my mind. Oh yeah, it's bad. And then on top of that, you know, there's fucking ICU psychosis, which people almost always get if you're in the ICU for an extended period of time on drugs, you know, on the drugs we're giving you. And so, like, on top of that, you'll have a patient who's fighting, and then they're psychotically hallucinating something, but you don't know until you can extubate them. Do you see the fucking frustration? Sky, thank you so much for sending the class, keeping the class alive and giving it a swings, motherfucker. I appreciate you. Do you see the problem? So then finally, I mean, yesterday I was talking about it a little bit, and the term sounds scary when I say pull and pray. It's not pulling out like a penis. A pull and pray is every single test I've done, like your blood work, your ABG, your pneumatic tests, everything I've done to you is good. The only thing that's not working is you. Does that make sense? So what happens is there are some patients who are just dicks. They're just assholes. And they will not cooperate. They do not want to talk to me. They want nothing to do with me. And so then what happens is me, the doctor, and the nurse have a meeting, and we say, all right, ABG looks good, blood works looks good, their oxygen's perfect, they're pulling good pressures. The only reason we can't extubate them, technically, is they won't try. Do we pull and pray? And then we all kind of stand in the hall and look at the room and look at the person in their bed. And then we look at each other and go, we pull and pray. And then we run in there and we fucking yank it out your mouth. And I've never had anyone need to be reintubated, ever. However, we are prepared to reintubate if we were off base for some reason. But we've never been off base. But we will pull and pray you if we have to. Because like I've told you a million times, ventilators are bad for you. The barotrauma is horrific for your lungs. You don't want to be on it for a long period of time. So we do a pull and pray and hope you'll breathe. I've never had to reintubate anybody. Like you're always fine. It's fear. It's always fear. People get scared that the moment I take them off the ventilator, they're going to die. And that's why they don't want to come off. It's always fear. But then you take them off the ventilator and they're like, oh my God, yesterday I thought I was a horse in a horse stall with a broken leg and you were coming to shoot me. That's what ICU psychosis does. But they can't tell me until I extubate them! Ah! Can you see where this gets really frustrating? It's fucking maddening. It is maddening sometimes. Because I don't want someone to be insane. I don't want someone to think I'm coming to shoot them. You know what I'm saying? Have I ever been under anesthesia besides for wisdom teeth? The horse incident, yes, they absolutely put me under for the horse incident. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was out for the horse thing. Because they had to break bones and put them back together because of the braces. Sarah, I don't know if I think I've told you this story. I have like the weirdest memory of that day. It's, I'm in the hospital and I'm laying in the bed in the emergency room. And the bed, like the foot of the bed is faced towards the door. So I can see people walking back and forth across this emergency room door. And for those who don't know, I had a horse tap dance on my face when I was 12. And my sister watched it and it was terrible. And my mom wasn't home when it happened. My mom was like at a baby shower or something. So my mom's boyfriend, who was not my stepdad yet, like I don't think I barely knew the guy, was like home. So he took me to the hospital. So I was literally holding my face in a towel right here with a strange man that porks my mom, and my mom wasn't there. I was so scared. So anyways, I have this memory of sitting in the emergency room with my feet towards the door, and they had given me some painkillers, but I wasn't out. I was just kind of like loopy, and the plastic surgeon was like rolling around me in his little rolly chair preparing things, and I was starting to get really anxious, and I shit you not, I see mom walk past the door laughing. Like laughing. And in that moment, literally, they put me out. Like, I watch her walk past, she's laughing. So, also, side story, I'm at the hospital my mom works at. So, my mom has worked at this hospital for, at this point, like 20 years. So, she knows every single person in the hospital. So I'm in the emergency room. So, when she walks in, she's like, oh, hey, everybody. And she informed me later, she was laugh crying out of relief that I was alive. She thought my head was crushed and I was dead. Like, she thought I was going to have fucking brain injuries. So she was literally like, you know, relief laughing around the ER that it was just my jaw. But that is one of the most, I'll never forget it. I was so, and I still hadn't gotten a hug from her or seen her or anything. Like I'd been just alone with this crushed face in the hospital. And I just cocked out watching her laugh at me. That was a bad memory. But she told me later and I was like, oh no, that makes sense. Wait, in your dream, you almost got a Miranda? The fuck? Good morning, Sarah. How are you? You can take me out of the well like old Yeller. Oh my God. Dude, anesthesia's wild. Yeah. Anesthesia does crazy dreams because it's like you're not really asleep. It's a forced sleep. You know what I mean? So you're not really hitting REM cycles and shit. It was a fair assumption to have one's child bounces their face on a rock and has a pony Irish dance on their chest. That's so true, though. This is very true. You got me there, Sarah. Fucking touche. It beats having COVID. I mean, I still haven't gotten COVID. I'm a superhero. I don't know what that fucking... I haven't cheersed yet. Shall we cheers? Viata cheersed me earlier, and I didn't do it. I just got talking about my horse being... Horses... Sarah, it was an Arabian horse. Wouldn't it be like belly dancing on my face? Sarah... Crispy, my sister watched it. I have no idea. I wish I could crawl in Sarah and Josha's brain for a day and see what they saw. Because both Josha and Sarah were on ponies and watched the horse, like, bop, on me. I don't even know. I don't remember it, but they saw it. They're probably more fucked up than I am from it, really. Cheers, y'all. Ooh, intro to rock and roll? Fuck yeah. Sarah, I have a question. When did rock and roll technically start? I'm curious, like, what is the year they say that it basically became a thing? Was it like Elvis? hanging. I had a weird dream the night before last. A friend and I decided it would be easier to moonwalk to get inside, to get around instead of walking normally. Wait, did it work? Oh, you got it too, Cloud. Fuck. Since Monday, finally had a night of sleep where it wasn't me waking up every hour on hour. Fuck, dude, I'm so sorry. I'm so glad. I mean, I'm vaxxed and boosted and shit, but even vaxxed and boosted people still get it. They just don't get it back. You know, you're not gonna end up ventilated if you're vaxxed. Ba 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 ba. I'm stomping. Oh my god. Ba da ba ba ba. I'm stomping it. God damn it, Glad. Get the fuck. Shut up. I remember waking up after I had eye surgery on both eyes and seeing dancing clowns. Oh no, I've never had. I think I've only been under anesthesia twice in my life. Once for the horse and then once for my wisdom teeth. I don't think I've ever been under anesthesia for anything else. Like knocked out anesthesia. I've broken a lot of bones and shit, but it's always, nothing's been like a surgery. I think that's the only 2 times, and I remember coming out of it when I got my wisdom teeth out, but I was just goofy. I just remember being like I was, you know, those videos of people getting their wisdom teeth out, but that was it. Ooh, wait, hold up. Coffee, cheers, love. It all happened very fast. I mostly remember hearing a very loud thunk. Oh, you heard a thunk? Ugh. And then you were walking away with blood pouring out of your mouth. I remember the blood. My only memory of it, Sarah, is a gong sound, which is probably the thump you heard. And then I sat up, and I remember, like, in my mind, I don't know if it legitimately was this much, but it looked like a fountain of, like a waterfall of blood coming out of my mouth. And I was just like this, holding my face, like, that's all I remember. I cannot moonwalk. Me neither. Like 50s, 60s, before Elvis. I assumed, I think I've read something where it said, like, Elvis is credited for being, like, the start of rock and roll, but he kind of, like, stole it. He commandeered it all from people of color, basically, and different music styles and things. I think I've read that somewhere ages ago. I don't remember. Oh my god, that bread is so good, Scott. It's we have 2 pieces left because I'm just like, I just want to eat it so bad. I'm what's the word? Rationing. I'm rationing it. It's so fucking delicious. I mean, it's really hard to beat a well-made focaccia though. Like that is the best bread. It's salty, it's oily, it's crispy, but it's soft, dude. I don't know, man. It's really hard to beat focaccia for me. That bread is just so fucking good. Oh, you've been on an all-nighter? Oh my god, Voodoo. I love you. Take your joy and drink water. Don't forget to brush your teeth and be good. Did I brush my teeth today? Yes. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that bread was fucking delicious. It felt like I was hit with an 18-wheeler full load, then a tow truck. Oh, fuck, dude. How long has it lasted, Cloud? Like, how long have you been, like, feeling gross? In middle school, I accidentally got hit in the head with a shovel. How? What the fuck? And blood pouring down my face. Holy shit. Mom came to pick me up and take me to the ER where they gave me stitches and didn't wait for local anesthesia to kick in. Oh my god. Oh my god. Almost. I mean, do you have a needle phobia, Kona? Totally random question. Literally, I almost had an identical situation and it gave me such a creepy, stupid needle phobia. Seriously. So I didn't get hit in the head with a shovel. But, however, I did get stitches without any anesthesia or anything. And according to my mom, 7 nurses pinned me down while they did it. And I was 3. And to this day, I faint when I get shots. And it's not like I don't go in like, I'm afraid of shots, please don't touch me. Like, I just calmly like, hey, I might pass out. It's a phobia. Like, don't freak. But it's so specific for me. It's got to be like a needle into muscle injecting. Because I have tattoos and shit. None of that bothers me. I've had blood drawn. None of that bothers me. Just shots. And it's from that. Because I had the same. This was like 89. No, I think it was 1990. I think it was the year 90. I don't know if that was like common, but my mom told me they used no anesthetic, nothing. They put iodine on my face and then 7 nurses pinned me down and a doctor sewed my lip up. I ran through barbed wire or something in the woods. Rod Johnson, how are you? my sister and I are reliving all of my childhood injuries together. It's very fun. Patient, how are you, love? Still recovering. Fuck, dude. Since Sunday, the headache started. Then Monday was like, there we go. Fuck, dude. I hope you get over it fast. That shit's the worst. I mean, I haven't had it. I just keep hearing about it, and it just sounds like a nightmare. I don't like to look at it going into my skin. I can't do that. I've had so many stitches in my life. At this point, I just kind of watch in this sort of detached interest. I do that for anything but a shot. I'm the same. Like, especially blood draw. Blood draws are weird. I like to watch those. Why would they hold you down with 7 people? And I don't know. I guess I don't know if that was a thing back then. They just didn't give kids local. They didn't, like, not do anything. I don't know. That's why I'm saying the year. I don't know. Because nowadays, like, I'm not even kidding. I used to work in an ER ICU. Did it for, like, 13 years. If a kid comes in with any tiny little cut, we give you ketamine and we knock you the fuck out. Because it's not safe to do stitches on a child's face while they're thrashing. The fuck? I had a little kid. Oh my God. I think I've told you guys this story before because it goes to a dark place. The kid was fine. It was a little girl, and at recess, her and another little girl ran into each other, and she got a big old cut, like a deep cut on her cheek, because the other little kid's like skull hit her right on her zygomatic bone right here, your cheekbone. And so she had this big old nasty split right here, and she was like 6 or 7, little tiny girl. So she comes in the ER, and when kids come in with injuries like that we're going to stitch up or do like reset a shoulder or something, we do fast sedation. So we usually do fentanyl and propofol, and it's amnesic, it's a paralytic, and it's sedation, and it works very quickly, and it wears off very quickly. Usually we have maximum 15 minutes from the point we give it to you. And it's just enough time to do some stitches or, reset a shoulder or whatever. And with kids, we tend to use ketamine. And ketamine is fucking creepy, in my opinion. I know a lot of people love it's like a recreational party drug now. No shade thrown. I wouldn't, just because I've used it in a very medical setting for many years, and it's a scary shit. When you give it to someone, they don't pass out. They gloss over like a zombie. So a little girl's looking at you very aware, and then all of a sudden she just goes, and you just gotta fucking stitch their face while they stare at you. And it's a horror show. It's terrifying. However, this patient, it was hilarious. Hilarious in the worst way. So the ER doc was not one of my favorites. She was kind of, I don't know. Some women docs, I feel like they kind of, and it's probably perpetuated by the system, but they have this like, I gotta prove myself. I gotta be a badass at all times, 24/7, because otherwise, no one thinks I'm good at what I do. I don't know. And she was this way. And so me and the nurse are sitting there, and I'm there with the bag masking the kid. And she's like, all right, we're going to give her some fentanyl and propofol. That white milky stuff going through, that was what killed Michael Jackson. Ha 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 ha. To 2 parents watching their child get the drugs currently who were Italian and didn't speak very much English. Like, English was 3rd language at best. But the look on their eyes said, we know exactly what you just fucking said. Common sense is not a thing. It's just not a thing. Smart doesn't mean you have common sense. Ooh, Elvis grew up around a lot of African Americans, and they were his friends. And when he became famous, a lot of them gave them their songs and told him to record them so their songs would get out there, probably because they weren't even allowed to record, right? Because this was back in like massive racism time. Not that that's gone, but you know what I mean. Elvis did not write any of his own songs. He got all of his songs from his African American friends. Wow, I didn't know that. I saw this movie this summer. Oh, I haven't seen the movie yet. See, and I remember this very clearly, Rod. Last shots I had were from chemo, 21 shots in the stomach over several days. They'd have to knock me out. I'd be in a coma. Oh my fucking God. Out of everyone in the house who has it, I have it the worst. That's me, dude. I feel like if I get sick, it's like, it hurts me because, this is my theory, because my mom's medical and she used to come home from work in her scrubs and like cuddle us on the couch in her scrubs because those were the days we didn't know. And I worked in a hospital for a long time. I think my sister and I have like crazy good immune systems, but when we get sick, it's like, what alien mutation was able to take me out because now I'm dying? It's very bizarre, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, and I know ketamine's been used for depression. It's been used for PTSD. Like, it's been microdosed and in certain ways like that. And I, again, do not want anyone to feel like I'm trying to throw shade on anything like that. Recreational use of drugs like that is not smart these days. Fentanyl's and everything, and you're gonna fucking die. Just don't. Like, stop it. You know there's fentanyl in it. Everything has fentanyl now. It makes it more addictive, and it makes you more likely to buy more. That's it. I'm so interested in ketamine and shrooms for my very, very persistent depression and anxiety from PTSD, but like, I'm like, VA, get on it. Seriously, though. Fuzzy chicken, you silly fuck. Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the classy alive, and giving an 8 swings. How are you, love? Good morning. Cheers. Where's my bowl? You can't walk the line in blue suede shoes. I was always a Cash fan myself. I like Cash. I like Elvis songs too, though. The songs I like by Elvis tend to not be his major hits, though. I like some kind of more off obscure Elvis songs that I've heard like in movies and stuff. I'm like, oh fuck, I really like that song. But that might just be because Elvis is like oversaturated in our world, you know? We have a fuck ton of ketamine clinics in Salt Lake City run by psychiatrists. And it's for that, right? It's for like PTSD and various psychological things. Yeah, like I just don't want people to be unsafe. That's it. I love drugs. You guys know me. I fucking love drugs. But I don't want you guys taking party drugs and dying. And right now, fentanyl is in everything. Because fentanyl, it's hard for me to explain. Fentanyl doesn't like make the drug better. It makes the come down worse. So you're more likely to take the drug again much more quicker to avoid the come down. Because what happens on fentanyl is when you come down off of fentanyl, you get violently ill, you get the cold sweats, and you start shaking and you puke. It's like weaning yourself off heroin every time. So by adding, oh my God, did we get ads? Oh fuck, we need to take a break. It's break time. Wait, do I remember sign language? No. How do you do a B? Isn't this a D? Is that a B? No, that's B. B. R. E. A. K. Did I do it? Oh my God, who is she? We need to take a break. I didn't even realize what time it is, and that's my bad. Remind me where we were, and I'll continue when I come back. I just don't want to, I hate. No one has to pay to watch my channel. Shit is fucked. I love you. I'll be right back. Get some coffee. I apologize for the ad intrusion. That was my bad. I was not being a good watcher. I've heard that ads have been acting really weird the past like 2 days. People with subs are getting ads and shit. So if weird shit's happening, it's not just you. Because I've noticed that too. Like people that are literally subbed are being like, oh, I just got an ad. I can't see Katie anymore. And I'm like, what the fuck? But I don't know why. Ooh. I like good music. Don't be muted, motherfucker. Anyways, I think ketamine's a really cool thing. That's all I was going to say. Like, I just, fentanyl, man. You don't want to fuck with fentanyl. It just makes everything exponentially more addicting than it should be. And party drugs, like, in general, technically aren't the most addicting. And when you add fentanyl, suddenly they are. And I just don't want you guys to die. We got the splitter, thank fuck. So we can actually play Stray. I know, I'm very excited. And it's working, and it's not, like, sentiently taking over my computer. It's great. Twitch getting aggressive. I just don't understand it. Who's clicking ads? Yes, I did, Sarah. That's awesome. That sounds like a really cool class. I got to take a class similar to that. It wasn't about music, but I took a class when I was in college as just like a general requirement. I love this. This is pretty. Hold on, I'm going to turn it up. It's very quiet. I had to take some general requirements. I took an intro to cinema class, and it was literally like how to watch movies, how to watch cinema, like the history of cinema. It was really fucking interesting. Like, it was a garbage class I just took to get out of the way, and it was really fun. Good morning, Trekkie. How are you? Bubblicious, thank you so much for gifting us sub to VA Gamer Girl. Sarah, use a butt wizard to the fucking bad highest order. Go forth and be consensual in every way. Sorry, I was trying to click Rod's link at the same time, and it says, Rod, it literally just, I'm not even kidding. Look. What is this? What the fuck is this, Rod? How did it disappear that fast? That's the link you just gave me. Oh, God. Does anyone go, oh my God? Never. I've never clicked an ad in my life. I don't understand who's doing it. I don't understand why that's still the only way that the internet perpetuates. I just don't. The only thing I can come up with, and not that it's not a personal come up with, someone said this in chat years ago when they first, like, this is really good. I like this. When they first introduced ads, someone said, oh God, what was it? Oh, it's all about getting the product like stained in your mind. So when you go to the grocery store, you think you know that, like you think you're like, oh yeah, Charmin. Like I've used Charmin for years, but maybe you've never used it before. It's just implanted in your head because you've seen the ad 500 million times. I don't know. That's sad and gross, but it makes sense. Oh, thank you. No, it's totally cool. Rod, I saw you sent me a video in Instagram earlier, and I was gonna. Oh, is this the same one? Yeah, this is the same one. I really like this band. Rod gave me this band yesterday. It's called Bad Omens. But he said I asked what genre it is. I guess like pop metal. I don't know. It's kind of like melodic metal, pop metal. It's got like really beautiful vocals, but really beautiful metal as well. It's really good. I woke up late this morning, so I didn't have time to do much. But at least I was relatively on time, other than my bloody nose. It's just from the dry weather. It's always the same nostril, too, which is weird. I've been wanting to try mushrooms. Mushrooms are cool. Honestly, when it comes to, like, shrooms, I would just make sure you do it with someone who you, like, who, how do you put this? Is, like, a fail-safe, happy, like, a good time. I'm trying to how do I put that? Not that some people are a bad time, you know what I mean? It's like you don't wanna do them around someone that might be a fuck yeah, dude, Planet Earth with your wife? Hell yes. That is the perfect idea. Perfect idea. Yeah, you just don't wanna be with someone that could bum you out or say something that's gonna send you on a weird mental spiral. I've been on them all day because of them. They're really good. Honestly, I think the ad stuff's more about brand recognition. Exactly. Yeah, it's brand that's the word I was trying to look up. The stain in your head, it's brand recognition. I think that's exactly what it is. Yeah, that's what someone was explaining to me. It might have been you, Damien. It was I mean, it was years ago though, I don't know. If you see off-brand product versus ad-supported product, you're more likely to buy the ad-supported product because you see it as more trustworthy or better because everyone uses this brand. Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like brainwashing a little bit, which is it's just weird. The world we live in, like the ad centric world we live in. Like that's I mean, I watch, I watch the late night hosts in the morning and stuff while I do my makeup and all they report on Elon and Trump and his Nazis and all that all the time. And it's kind of where I get my like rough update of what happened in the past 24 hours. And like all Elon complains about is all the ad people pulling out of Twitter. And it makes you realize that these massive conglomerates only exist because of ads. It's kind of I had no idea. Like that's the only way these platforms exist. Their only source of income. How else do they make income? Other than maybe if someone's willing to pay them $4 for a check mark. To each their own. I ain't here to judge. However, I judge the fuck, brother. Cheers to not that. It really is. Everything is funded by ads. Which is, I guess, because I'm not like, I don't know. I don't go to Target and lose my mind. That's like a meme I see. I feel like I've heard this song. Ooh, I like this. I see memes and jokes all the time. Women post them about themselves. They're like, go to Target for bread, stay for 4 hours, and leave with Christmas shopping, and it's February. I've been to Target probably a handful of like 5 times in my entire life. I don't like shopping. I hate buying stuff. I hate spending money. I don't like shopping. Like I'm a buy as you need it kind of person. And so maybe that's why I can never understand it. Like, maybe it's pointless for me. I mean, I'm sure I'm still subject to it. Like, I guarantee it's still in there in me some way. Yeah, Elon setting records for burning $44 billion. Fucking wild. I'm just grinding up weed. I bought an Apple phone because the shit was cheap for once. I sure bent them over. Apple phones are crazy. I have nothing against Apple. Like, I love my iPad beyond reason. But they're so expensive. That's it. That's the only thing. Like, I just can't fathom why their phones are so expensive. Just make a Tumblr, pay $8 and get 2 check marks. Woo! People want cheap free shit, so the solution is to serve them ads. It's so weird. I don't think I was like taught this. I just kind of like naturally learned being a human that usually with most things, the cheaper it is, the less likely it is to last. And I don't want to buy stuff again. Like I said, I don't like shopping. So I'm more likely to buy like this. I get compliments on this fucking shirt all the time. I've had this shirt probably since I was 16 years old. My mom bought it for me from REI. It was probably like a $40, one of those $40 like thermal whatevers, but it's lasted since I was 16. I'm never going to have to buy another one. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather do that any fucking day than constantly have to buy the same thing over and over and over because you're going to end up spending more in the long run, I feel like. I don't know, but maybe. Best part, he doesn't even want to be CEO. He wants to pass it to someone else. No shit. Wow. Facebook is free because they sell our info and ads. Years ago, it was averaged to about $7 a person. I believe that. If you're not paying for something, you're the product. God, that's weird. I really liked my Pixel too. Honestly, like, my Pixel got broke, and that's the only reason I have this one. I like this foldy phone a lot. It's not the best. Honestly, I don't give a fuck about the OS. Apple OS, Android, they all do the same thing. I just get the apps I use all the time. It calls, whatever, but I really like the foldiness. This is the best thing ever. Because it's Apple. Exactly. It's just Apple. The most fun is hearing people complain about the free market and saying that big business is controlled by the extreme left. Is that just what? Why do they even speak out loud? Do you like your Pixel? Pixels are really nice. The camera on them is phenomenal. Oh, I love Google Fi. I'm constantly pimping out Google Fi. Google Fi is incredible. Google Fi is so fucking awesome. I honestly, the reason I think most people don't know about Google Fi or don't have Google Fi is there is not a physical store you can go to. No, I said I used to have a Pixel and it broke. That's why I have this one now. Sorry if I stuttered. I have this one because I had the Pixel and the Pixel broke, and that one was on sale. I got that phone real cheap. Good morning, Eliza. Yeah, Google Fi, it's literally like, if you don't know what Google Fi is, it's literally it's a cell phone service through Google. However, the gimmick, I guess, of it is that you literally pay for what you use. So you have a base of $30 a month as your bill, and if you are always in a place with Wi-Fi, your phone bill will be $30 a month for the rest of your life. If you're on Wi-Fi, you're paying for nothing. The other cool thing about Google Fi is it's international, so you can use it anywhere in the world, and they don't charge you anything extra. I used my phone in Thailand. That was fucking sick. And then on top of that, Google can use any cell phone tower. So, for instance, if I'm in an area and I'm not getting great service, I can put my phone on airplane mode for 5 seconds, turn it back on, and it will connect to whatever tower I'm closest to that has the least amount of action going on. So I'll get the best service possible. But it can use it can use T-Mobile's towers, it can use AT&T towers, it can use Verizon towers. They're just incredible. Like, it's so, my mom's like stuck with Verizon because of where she lives, kind of in the middle of nowhere and all this stuff. And she tells me she pays like upwards of $350 a month for her phone bill, and I die. I don't think I've paid over $60 for Zach and I's phone bill, and that was when our Wi-Fi went out. So we were like using. So basically, what happens is if you're not on Wi-Fi, if you're one person on a plan on Google Fi, I'm not sponsored. I just want you guys to save money. If you're one person, so if you're not on Wi-Fi, you'll pay $10 a gig up to 6 gigs. So your phone bill will max be $90. After that, it's free. And it doesn't get downgraded. It's not like after 6 gigs, they're like, fuck you, you don't get any service anymore. That's it. And if it's 2 people, it's 10 gigs, and then you don't pay anymore after that. But that's only if you're not on Wi-Fi. Like, when are we not on Wi-Fi? In your car? I like Mint. It's unlimited talk and text for $12 a month. I pay for a full year at a time, and it's part owned by Ryan Reynolds. Fuck yeah, that's awesome. I love that that's what I wish, like, internet needs to go that way, but independent phone companies are the best thing ever. The fact that I don't have, I remember when I was in college, the only 2 options were AT&T and Verizon. Like, that was it. That was That was the only thing that was, actually got service anywhere. I think Sprint and T-Mobile existed at the time, but they weren't great yet. Google Fi is great if you're a traveler or a homebody. Not really anyone in between. It's great for those though, absolutely. As long as if you're a person that's always on Wi-Fi, Google Fi is the best thing ever. If you, like, I can't honestly think of anywhere that you don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Oh my god, you had to call to Canada? Call Canada from the UK about 10 times? Oh my god, you poor soul. 6 gigabytes and pay for anything above that. Yep, I rarely use more than 6 gigabytes in 1 month. It's almost always on Wi-Fi. I only use mobile when I'm going to the store or whatever and use music apps. Same. The only time I ever use any data is in the car using Spotify. I've heard T-Mobile's great, honestly. I have a friend who works for them and he says they've really like they used to be like a joke, bad service, whatever, but apparently they're great nowadays. I pay $35 a month for unlimited everything in text and data and in 210 plus countries on T-Mobile. There you go. Yeah. And I don't think, Eliza, I don't think you've ever had a problem around me with service or anything. I've never seen you like have a dead zone. Right. Cable companies, I mean, they have a monopoly. Like, we don't have another choice. The thing I like about Google Fi is the pixels are unlocked phones and you can swap them as much as you need to. That is really nice as well. It's super not secure to be connecting to random Wi-Fis nowadays, though. I don't ever really connect to random Wi-Fis. I don't know. I can't remember the last time I did that. You mean like if you went to like a PAX or something and tried to connect to like their Wi-Fi? Was Sprint? I think my first cell phone was Verizon. It was also shit though. I mean, I remember I couldn't. My parents got me a phone when I got a car. They got me a cell phone. It was the Nokia brick when I was 16 because I got a car. And we lived in the middle of fucking nowhere, literally like 45 minutes away from any sort of civilization. And they got me a phone literally just in case my car broke down or something and I needed to call home and get help. And the irony of it was you couldn't get service 30 minutes, you couldn't get service anywhere in a 30-minute radius of my parents' house. So, like, if my car broke down anywhere 30 minutes outside of my parents' like house, I couldn't call them. I'd have to walk a mile to call them. It was a joke. It was great. It was a joke. Good morning, Sylv. How are you? I can't get Google Fi to give me a local area code because they don't technically have service here. But since I live on the Canadian-US border and I connect through my own town, I got to keep my old number. When I signed up for Google Fi, they just transferred my number. I've had the same number since I was 16. I've never changed my phone number in my life. That's weird. They wouldn't let you just keep your phone number? Singular. Oh my god, does Singular still exist? Didn't Singular? Oh my god, I think I had Singular too, but it became AT&T, didn't it? VPNs on if you're constantly in an area where you have to connect or you want to connect to like Liza was saying, like public Wi-Fi's, getting a VPN on your phone is the smartest option, honestly. Never had a problem with it. Was on a Metro before it, which is the cheap child of T-Mobile on their network. And it was so slow compared to actual T-Mobile. Worth the barely anymore, like $5 extra was 30 now 35 for faster unlimited service. Yeah, 100% worth it. Yeah, places like PAX, airports, restaurants, you really shouldn't connect to anything that isn't yours or a trusted friend unless you get a VPN shit set up. 100%. I agree. Ginny taught me about that years ago. Um, Zach, let me come tell you real quick. I'll tell you guys this story in a minute. It's such a long story. It's so convoluted. Let's take a quick break. I just need to go tell Zach something real quick. Enjoy some Spirit Box. I'll be right back. Get a drink. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Sorry about that. Hello, how are you doing? So, long, convoluted story that I had to go tell Zach really quick. I won't tell you the whole convoluted thing. You guys know I have a massage therapist, blah, blah, my back's fucked up. I left my wallet at my massage therapist a couple weeks ago, and they called me and they're like, hey, we have your wallet. And I was like, sick. They changed locations, and I've been, like, it's been phone tag between people that don't know where the fuck my wallet is, and then me just trying to get a hold of the owner to figure out where my wallet is. And turns out they like my massage therapy group or whatever, the business, they changed locations, but they left my wallet at the old location with the business that's there now. It's just, it's so hard to communicate sometimes with people. Yeah. Huh? Yeah. I've been playing phone tag with them for weeks. Just trying, because the thing is, like, I understand this part of it. They run a massage therapy parlor whatever business, where sometimes there's only one massage therapist. So what they'll do is they actually lock the front door to keep it safe, and they do the massage, and then when the client leaves, they unlock the door. So you can't just go anytime. There's not just a receptionist chilling at the front desk. You have to actually get a hold of them, figure out when the appointments are, and go in between the appointments to get in. What in the actual fuck, though? Why would you leave it with the old business? Why would you do that? I'm so fucking confused. But thankfully, at least I know where it is now, and I can get my fucking ID. I guess they just left it. Yeah, like it's totally fine that they moved locations, but I would assume that the business that I used my card and wallet with that called me and told me they had my card would have kept, like, I don't know. Did it bounce? Apparently. I don't fucking know. It's just, it makes me feel crazy. Because I'm like, what? The things I want to say out loud that I don't say out loud. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like, what the fuck? These people don't know who I am. They don't know why they have this wallet. Like, it's like it's like a chiropractor now or something. I don't know. But I got a hold of the owner this morning while I had my bloody nose. And I was like, where the fuck's my shit? And she was like, oh, it's at the old business, blah, blah, blah. So Zach's gonna go pick it up for me because it's really close. Thank fuck. What an angel. What a fucking angel. It's just so, like, infuriatingly stupid. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what you would, like, what's the right answer? What would you have done? Take it? With maybe? I don't know. I don't know. Who am I? Let's play some fucking Stray and get high. Oh, Ginger, I have to move your screen. I think Zach left without the dog, so now they're just gonna cry. Yeah, you're just gonna cry like a bitch. You're fine. Calm down, bud. You're okay. I'm just moving screens around so I can see you guys. I don't know about there, but here we will not release a wallet to anyone who doesn't match the ID. And that's like, so in that logic, like, you wouldn't, if your weed business moved, you wouldn't, like, hand that wallet to whoever bought the building, yeah? Yeah, probably. I don't know. Just a thought. Anyways.
Penetrate that asshole.
Oh.
Allow yourself to be penetrated. Be penetrated by everything and everyone that is good in this life.
Hella fucking penetrated. Are we already in? Did I even change our category to just chatting? Or are we in Stray? We're in Stray. Fuck it. Let's just jump in. We just chat while we play Stray anyways, so who cares? It would stay in our possession. Thank you, Viata. Thank you. That's what I fucking thought. That would honestly, like, it's a weird situation to be in. Like, I understand, like, they'd be like, oh shit, we're moving. Like, will she know? But I gave them the card. They had the wallet. Like, I would assume they would hold on to it. I don't know. I don't want to, I'm just grateful I know where it is. Like, I'm not going to be a dick to them. I would never. Like, I was just like, thank you so much. one of us will be there to get it. But my inner self is just like, what the fuck? What is this world? Anywho. Time to play a cute game. If you don't know about Stray, this game is beyond beautiful and super, super fun. We've played 2 days of it. I think I'm about halfway through, and according to my notebook, we have to follow a yellow wire. I remember. The clip sounded bad, but if it's everything that good, sure, penetrate away universe. Fucking same. All right, yeah. Follow yellow wire. I love the penetrate clip. It's so good. Oh, Ginger, I'm sorry I have to pause you. We have music coming in. I'm so sorry, Ginger. I love you with all my parts, but just not right now. It's not the time. It's not the time. So anyways, yeah, Stray is a fucking cool game. You basically play as a cat that has fallen into like this underground world of robots. Why? Your crying is very annoying. They cannot stand when Zach leaves without them. He's just going to circle me crying now. No, bud. Sorry, I can't cater to your sad. Oh my god, aren't they cute? I know, they kind of, it's the angle of my camera, unfortunately. I put them up because I thought they'd be like a cool framing, but I always end up right in front of them all the time. But they're kind of fun. This, honestly, Viata, I would never buy them again simply because, like, you know how insanely bad, like, Christmas lights get tangled every year? Unless you're crazy and you know how to organize Christmas lights. Usually, you bundle them up, you throw them in a box, and the next year you're like, all right, let's all sit out and string out the lights and see which ones work. These things, because of that fucking dragonfly, that thing like if it ever got tangled again, that string of lights, I would never untangle it again and I would just throw it away. It is so fucking bad because it's like a full plastic dragonfly with all the angles and everything on it, and the cords get stuck in the wings and around the asshole of it, and it is so. I literally will lock the dogs in a room to untangle that on the floor because it takes so long. It's, oh my god. Terrible, but they're cute. I actually I glued this onto the whatever this little bookshelf thing. So it's just a permanent now. It's just permanent there. It doesn't come off because I'm never untangling that thing again. It's the worst. All right, get up, Stray. My dog's crying makes me so anxious. That's okay. I gotta have my phone on just in case Zach calls and he's like, they don't have it. God damn, I would freak out. I just, like, is it so strange that I want my fucking wallet back? I did some quick research and distilled an Al Jazeera breakdown of how Muskrat found a Twitter buyout. Incoming wall. Oh, God. Wait, so I heard this, that Musk pulled out, like, astronomical amounts of loans to buy Twitter. And that's why he's so fucked. Like, that's why he tried to instigate whatever, the $4 subs, whatever, because he's so in the hole from buying it. I just read a shit post that made me spit out my coffee. Want to hear what kind of shit post? Maybe I'm jumping into a game, but yeah, kind of. But thank you, Viata. I like my dragonflies too. I wish they were spiders, but you know. Let's cheers. I packed a bowl. Oh, it's so bad, right? And it's like, I've lost my debit card before. I used to do that all the time when I was a kid. When I was a youth, because I've never wanted to carry a purse. I'm really bad at it. But when I was young, I thought that was like the only option. Like, once you drive a car, you have to have a purse to carry your shit. And so when I would like have my purse, but when I went into a store real quick, I would just take my debit card out, put it in my pocket, and then come back in my car, forget about it. It'd fall out of my pocket, fall down a crack, disappear forever. I've done that a million times. But my wallet has everything in it. I think it even has my social security card, which is stupid. Don't do that. I just didn't have a place for it at the time. It has everything. And my license is still Maryland, and I just don't want to accept Colorado license yet. So I want it back. It was in your friend's car. Oh, fuck. That sucks. That sucks. Okay.